One, two, three.
Turn it up.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Maverick here. I haven't been on YouTube in a while, but I will hopefully be doing more content for you. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do it on a weekly basis or monthly basis or whatever, but it'll all depend on my schedule and how much free time I have. Anyway, in case you haven't noticed, I'm in World of Warships right now, and as the intro had suggested, first impression of new ships that have recently come to World of Warships. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing 3 different trials, or rounds as I'm going to call them, where I play the new ship in co-op. And after analyzing it, like what I did wrong or what I did right, what works and what doesn't work with the ship, I'll be able to let you guys know and give you my overall opinion of it. So, let's move on and begin with the newest addition to the United States Navy, the USS Alabama. Okay, guys, so this is going to be a little weird. So yeah, this right here was my first battle in the Alabama, which I gotta tell you, I'm always excited to try out a new ship, and I have high expectations for this ship, so as I wish everyone luck in a co-op match. And of course I ended up typing out Mew ship. Mew? When are they going to do Pokemon ships? Actually, no, that's a bad idea. Don't do that. So yeah, like any other US battleship, she has a hard time getting up to full speed, which, is understandable. Because, a battleship is essentially a heavy tank if you play World of War tanks. And here I was just admiring her beauty and trying to show off the special little flag with her, because I was a goofball and got the Ultimate Edition. So here, I remember reading that you were supposed to give the ship extra leeway because of how slow the shells fire. And as you can see, I missed. So it's like, wait, what? You guys told me to give lead, and I did. One thing that I did notice with this ship that I'm going to have to look into is the speed reloading for the battleship. Like, this one I believe is by far the slowest out of all US battleships that I have played so far. It's like 30 seconds almost.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
And here comes that little destroyer. And of course somebody beats me to the kill. Nicely done, buddy. Now I was looking at this ship and I was thinking, somebody's still playing as the Graf Spee, or Gareth Spee? I don't know how you say it, whatever. You're like a predator just waiting for your prey to just stick their nose out and then be able to nail them. Especially, if it's like some little quote-unquote glass-armored cruiser going up against a battleship.
Enemy cruiser sighted.
Of course, this was first playing the ship. I didn't know like how slow or fast the traverse speed of the Alabama's turrets were going to be, so naturally they're going to be moving at their natural speed here. Naturally moving at their natural speed? And so, with those few shells that I fire, boom, my first kill in the Alabama. Thanks to a little help from that destroyer there. And of course, you know, this is one lesson that I have never really learned while playing this ship. Paying close attention to your mini-map radar. Because had I saw that this battleship was coming up closer, I probably would have saved my ammunition. Like shaved the shells to attack it directly. Because I'm pretty sure a point-blank range from Alabama's 16-inch guns that close probably would have destroyed the ship. And as I get into position and ready to fire upon the enemy, the game ends. And with that is not only my first kill, but also my first victory in the USS Alabama. Now, one thing that you have to remember and to be careful of, especially with, you know, like a new ship or whatever, you're not going to win every single match, as I quickly learned with these next two missions. You know, they're, you know, you're not invulnerable, you're not impregnable. You are going to get killed at some point. And it just so happens that for these next two rounds that I played, I got destroyed. And let me tell you something, it sucks kind of being like the first kill by the enemy team, but you know, that happens. I mean, somebody is going to get the first kill. Somebody is going to be the first killed. So it's just only natural. And then, of course, you know, you have to remember your ship's strengths. Like a battleship, you know, going up against two cruisers or whatever, you know, you'd probably be fine as long as you keep both of them within your sights. I didn't realize at the time that I was going to be going up against 5 battleships at once. So, you know, 1v5 battleship, especially at close range, is not going to end well. I probably would have been better off as a destroyer here, but I was not testing out any destroyers. And moving on to the last game here, as I speed things up. As a personal note, you will probably see me, especially if you played live with me, I hate epicenters. I hate them. You know, I understand it's a interesting way to spice up the game, because this way you'll only have one capture point, so naturally people are going to have to get close to each other, especially with battleships. But as a personal preference, I just hate them. I strongly dislike them. Now, one of the roles of a battleship is long-range artillery bombardment, from what I remember reading. So for this one, being how the Alabama will work as a brawler but not in a 1v5 match, I decided to try to keep back a little bit, which is how I ended up being the sole survivor and ironically the last kill within my team.
Attention, reporting the target position.
But I just found it funny how, like, I get the message
Our team depends
and
upon
then,
you.
boom, not even 2 seconds later, I'm dead. That really bites. Alright, guys, so the sea trials have been complete. 3 rounds, and wow, I really should have remembered to take a screenshot of the score afterwards. That might be wise for the future, note to self. Anyway, overall, I've been really enjoying playing the United States Navy battleship line and cruiser line, and let me tell you something, I love the Alabama. The Alabama is a South Dakota class battleship, which, from what I understand and someone had told me, was the gap between the North Carolina class and the Iowa class battleship, I believe. I could be completely mistaken, and it could have been a different class of battleship, but who knows? Somebody can feel free to correct me on it if I'm wrong. Anyway, guys, overall, I was very impressed with it, and I think she is definitely worth the money. Like I said, it's my impression of it, it's my opinion, and you're more than welcome to form your own conclusion. And in fact, I'd be willing to bet someone is going to say, Mav, you're an idiot at one point. But, it's my opinion of the ship, and I personally like it so far. She's been playing really well for me, and I really enjoy it. Well, until next time, guys, catch you later. And action stations.